This setup is one complete processing flowsheet including feeding, crushing system, grinding system, leaching pretreatment, leaching and activated carbon adsorption processing, gold-loaded carbon desorption and electrolytic stage, and tailing water recycle system. 1. Feeding plus crushing system. The raw gold stone feeds into a big hopper via an excavator or wheel loader. There is one chute feeder under the hopper, which can feed the material into the jaw crusher evenly. The hopper can be made at the mine site by clients themselves according to the real situation. The jaw crusher crushed the rock into a smaller size. The output from the jaw crusher is transported to the next fine jaw crusher by belt conveyor. The fine jaw crusher crushes the rock to below 20 mm. The output from the fine jaw crusher is transported to the next vibrating screen by a belt conveyor. The larger than 20 mm material is back to the fine jaw crusher for crushing again. The smaller than 20 mm output goes to the next storage hopper underground via a belt conveyor. This storage hopper is for storage mainly. Under the hopper, there is a vibration feeder to feed the crushed ore into a smaller transfer hopper. There is one electromagnetic vibration feeder under this transfer hopper as well. It's for buffering and feeding the material evenly. Transport the fine gravel to the ball mill by a conveyor. 2. Grinding system. The ball mill for grinding the fine gravel into fine powder to release the inside gold from the rock. The output from the ball mill goes to the hydrocyclone for classification. The underflow sand from the hydrocyclone will go back to the ball mill for grinding again. Overflow slurry is small fine size 100 to 200 mesh, to ensure recovery of as much as small particle gold here. Use the gold centrifugal concentrator for the first gold particle enriching, then the concentrate goes to the shaking table for recovery again. The tailings of the gold centrifugal concentrator and shaking table will go to the spiral classifier for classification again. The big coarse sand particles go to the second stage ball mill for grinding again. It's a closed circuit. The smaller than 200 mesh slurry goes to the next leaching pretreatment stage directly. 3. Leaching pretreatment. The small fine powder from the spiral classifier will go to a slurry tank, and use 2 slurry pumps to pump the slurry into a thickener. Before the slurry is transported into the thickener, there is one safety screen to screen some waste first. The underscreen will go to the thickener directly. At the same time, the flocculant is required to add for the thickener. The overflow water from the thickener goes to settling ponds, then the water can be recycled after precipitation. The underflow from the thickener will flow into a mixing tank. Then use a slurry pump or pump the material into 2 PCs leaching tanks. Related chemicals are needed to add accordingly here. 4. Leaching and activated carbon adsorption processing. 2 PCs double impeller pre-leaching agitation tank. Then the slurry will go to the next 7 PCs leaching adsorption tanks with carbon and roots blower. The tank quantity and size is dependent on the processing capacity. 5. Gold-loaded carbon desorption and electrolytic stage. The gold-loaded carbon will be transported to a linear vibration screen for carbon and slurry separation. Then gold-loaded carbon will go to normal temperature and normal pressure desorption electrolysis system will get gold mud after electrolytic, then dry gold mud in the drying oven. Finally, use a gold smelting furnace for melting the gold bar. 6. Tailing water recycling system. The tailing from leaching adsorption agitation tanks will go to a linear vibrating screen for screening scrap first. The underscreen goes to the undertank pond, then pumps to a big cone thickener to make a suitable density before filtering. Then use a high-pressure slurry pump to feed the slurry from the thickener to the plate filter press machine for filtering and recycling the water. And the tailings will be dried and transported away. If do not need to recycle the water and make dry tailing, firstly put some bleaching powder in the tailing slurry tank to treat the acidic chemicals, to reduce the chemical influence on the environment, then tailings can be discharged too far away by the channel.